everybody. Russ Howard, the Canadian curling champion of 1987, and Clyde Austin of the Harlem Globetrotters, our guests on your show. It's your call. We're going to have some fun tonight if you'll give us a call collect at area code 416. The number is 445-1811. And if you're in the Toronto area, simple. Just dial 445-1811.
It was time to kick off a new series for sim racing authority, the SRA Throwback Series. And what better way to start than to go back in time to the 07 version of the Daytona National Speedway and Nascar K&N cars with 90s and 2000s paint schemes. It was Bobby Maiden the third on the pole with Connor Anton, Locke McMillan, Bobby Zielinski, and Ariai in the top five, as a big field of retro cars and retro schemes would circulate around the Daytona International Speedway for 90 laps. Early on, it was Bobby Maiden the third in a duel with Bobby Zielinski carrying Lake Speed's colors in the 83 car. They were battling out for the lead as drivers were trying to cope with a very bumpy track that sent their cars moving all over the place. And then Bobby Maiden went to go block Zielinski, but that left the door open for Lachlan McMillan. He goes with Freddie Del Rosa, but behind him, Colton Davis forces it free wide. That forced Zielinski out of the top side. He would fall backwards as Lachlan McMillan would take over the race lead. Then lap 24, Jesse Schwartz and John Andretti's number 98 car whacked the outside wall. Everyone checks up and Connor Anton hits Freddie Del Rosa. He spins, no caution to come out. But down the exit of turn 4, Zielinski slides up. Davis gets into him. He pulls an incredible save, and so does Bobby Maiden the third. They will all continue on, and then Lachlan McMillan would come out of nowhere, take over the race lead, but then his lead would be short-lived for turn 1 and 2 as Derek Bordeaux, carrying one of Casey Mears' old colors, would blow by on the outside, and he would take over the race lead. And then on number 28, Derek Bordeaux and Lachlan touched it turn 1. Bordeaux smashes the outside wall. Bobby Zielinski, Connor Anton all get a piece of it. Then Jared Darling in Ernie Irvin Skittles colors spins Nick Northrup and Rusty Wallace's car. And then after the restart, Lachlan McMillan would have the lead on number 33, but Nicholas Carreso bails and goes to the back of the field, and Johnny Benson, number 30, that left Kyle Putz all alone to take over for the race lead, albeit briefly, as then he would get hooked a few laps later by McMillan as he tried to bump draft him. He would spin to the inside, and he would not hit anything, but the second caution would come out. And then after a restart, it was more chaos from Colton Davis. Here he and Nick Norfolk get together. He makes a great save as they were all battling for position. Then lap 46 as Freddie DeRosa took the lead. Josh Ryan to the outside. Norfolk comes down, and again they touch a big hit. Davis flies from the ground, and it seems like he was the luckiest man alive. But eventually, though, the luck would run out as he tried to make it free wide. In turn 3, McMillan cuts down on him. They would crash big time free where Lachlan smashes the outside wall, goes flying in the air. And this also collected Eric Sable, Jesse Schwartz, and also Cedric Sable, among others, involved in this mess. Then Bobby Delonte Ballard would actually have the lead in one of Terry DeBuy's old cars, but he would then lose it to Josh Robin, turns 3 and 4, lap number 58. And then as they go for turn 4, Jared Darling says, "No, I want the lead back." He goes to the inside and right in front of Freddie De La Rosa. He would take the lead briefly as the field would then come through turns 1 and 2. Freddie De La Rosa was trying to stay with it, but he loses control, clips the apron, spins it out nearly, then gets hit by Bobby Maiden. He makes a miraculous save. He would hang on, that broke out the field. And then a lap later, further back, David Fish comes down on Nicholas Carreso. They go spinning hard into the outside retaining wall, and their days would be over. Oh, and also, so Fish got slammed hard by her as well. Then Ariotti would inherit the lead on number 66. Josh Robin tries to squeeze it up the outside, and he would take over for the race lead very briefly as they would come for turn 1 and 2, because then down the back straightaway, Freddie De La Rosa says he wants to lead back, and he takes it right back. Then number 66, he would reclaim the race lead away from Josh Robin. And then Kyle Putz didn't want the way around as they were coming to the closing stages. He goes free wide on Robin, who left himself hung on the dry. He went back by Maiden for the lead. Then as they were coming for lap triangle number 80, Bobby made it, and Fred doesn't make contact, and they go spinning violently into the wall. Both of them would end up on their lids, and that'd be the 5th caution of the race. We will now take you to the restart on lap number 86 with less than 5 laps to go. Kyle Putz, Josh Robin, Spencer Owens, Austin Roberts, Jared Darling, your top 5. And we're going to restart this baby with 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Robin gets down the low line behind Kyle Putz. They're going to be in front too. And now Robin looking at peeking to the outside of Putz, trying to see if he can get help from Austin Roberts. Spencer Owens on the bottom side with Jared Darling and Nicholas Shelton. On the high side now, Robin looking, and here we go. Robin to the outside, looking for the lead with help from Austin Roberts. Spencer Owens gets to the back of Kyle Putz. 2 by 2 now as they head into turn number 3. Putz to the bottom side, gets a little bit of a run now on Robin. He'll look to reclaim the race lead. 4 laps to go when they come back to the line. Putz now to the top spot, and they hit the wall. They're crashing on the inside line. And Putz is now flying through the grass for the pits. And he comes out. Look at this. Kyle Putz remains in 3rd place. And Spencer Owens is now in the lead. But look at the gap he's got to Delonte Ballard now. He is a sitting duck. And Ballard will be a sitting duck eventually as well, because Kyle Putz is still in 3rd place after flying for the pits. Here comes Delonte Ballard. On the inside now. Delonte Ballard back to the lead. Now Putz with a big run, and here's Nick Northrup. He was in that crash with Derek Bordeaux earlier in the race. Northrup to the outside. Putz now to the bottom side. 3 laps to go. 3 wide now for the race lead. And there's Michael Guerrilla. He was nowhere near the front earlier in this race. He was out of the main pack. And now, Abbas Ladek is now in the mix. Putz now trying to block Delonte. Oh, they touched. Ballard in the wall. And they're scrambling on the inside line. Owens and Guerrilla all the way to the apron of the track. And now, Abbas Ladek. He hasn't won it all in his career. And he has his first start in Sim Racing of 40. Could he pull off the big upset? As they come now to the line, it'll be 2 laps to go here at Daytona. 7 cars right now with a shot to win it. Putz with help from Nick Northrup trying to get the run the exit turn 2. Austin Roberts, he was at an incident in the pits of Bobby Chaney earlier in this race. A lot of dinged up cars still have a chance to win it. Ladak now on the inside. Putz on the top side. Ladak loses Austin Roberts. That might be what Kyle Putz needs. Kyle Putz back to the lead. He's going to stay on the top side for now. In for turn 3 and 4. They're going to come to the white flag this time by. And Ladak's got no help right now as Putz goes to the lead. White flag is out here in Daytona. Kyle Putz to the top side. Guerrilla now low. He gets blocked. And now Guerrilla back onto the top side. Nothing doing. 2. And now Nick Northrup to the outside. Guerrilla dumps him. He's going to stay with Putz. Oh, and Guerrilla nearly spins it out. Turn 2. He stays on the apron. Here comes Nick Northrup to the outside. Northrup up to the lead. And he's going to get in front of Kyle Putz. Nicholas Shelton there now as well. And through turn 3 and 4. Oh, Bond gets dumped by Gorilla. He saves it. Shelton and Nick Northrup touch. Here they come down to the stripe. It's going to be Nicholas Shelton stunning everyone when hit Daytona. Holy crap. What a finish. And indeed, Nicholas Shelton would steal the victory on the last lap of Daytona, but going back to the crash with coming to 4 to go, Robin hooks Kyle Punts. They go crashing into the wall. Jared Dunn got a huge piece of it. He and Ariani have it, and there is also Nicholas Shelton, the race winner, flying through the grass as well. Your final results from Daytona were Nicholas Shelton with the win, Nick Northrup second, Spencer Owens comes third, Kyle Punts in fourth, Austin Roberts fifth, Michael Grilli in sixth, Avis Ledeck in his first start was seventh, Monty Ballard, Bobby Chaney, and Josh Robin with the top 10. We'll take a break and come back to the opener of the SRA Slick Daddy Gen 6 Series.
Sunday, see Big Eddie haul trees in his fuel-injected Hemi Dodge Ram 1500. Sunday, Big Eddie picks up stuff in his 345 horsepower Hemi Dodge Ram. Sunday, going fishing in a Hemi-powered Ram.
Morning, Ed.
Monday!
You gotta stop.
If you don't replace your air and oil filters regularly, you might as well drive your car off a cliff, because dirt can really mess up an engine. Fram Extra Life air filters and Fram Extra Guard oil filters keep out dirt best to protect your engine. Fram, America's #1 premium brand. Pay a little now or a lot later. Get a $2 rebate on Fram air filters at participating retailers.
The SRA Gen 6 Series returned with a new name, the SRA Slick Daddy Gen 6 Series, inspired by Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect, who wants to know, are you a member of the Slick Daddy Club? We're going to kick things off with a crash on the number 17 involving multiple cars, including Freddie De Rosa, Zach Hudson, Ariani got a slight piece of it, Josh, Robin, David Washington goes spinning in the infield. Jonathan Conwell comes flying in, trying to miss everything, and hits Josh Robin, who then slides up into Alex Penn, who got a big piece of it. And that was the first caution of the race on the number 17. Early on, a good chunk of the race was spent majority single file due to the different draft package with these Cup cars compared to the Xfinity cars, led mostly by Nicholas Shelton as everyone was running single file, just logging laps. Further back on number 29, Fred Pancari and Spencer Owens touch. They go sliding to the inside. Pancari makes a great save, and they wicket to you on without much damage. Eventually, green flag pit stops would happen, and 3 cars would miss the entrance to pit road. That being Eric Sable, Ayrton Shelley, and Bobby Maiden the third. That looked to be very costly for those 3 drivers, but on number 65, Caleb Eisenhower gets spun by Cody Miller. Aaron Cummings had nowhere to go. He gets into Eisenhower, who in turn spins Cody Miller down to the inside, and now is the second caution of the race. And that's when everything started to turn up the wick. As the restart happened on number 75, Bob Zielinski and Jonathan Shimon were trying to leave the outside line. Inside line, you can see in the background, an outside line was starting to form, and eventually, guys like Nicholas Shelton, Pancari, David Washington would all go to the outside line, and they were trying to make a big run to get a charge toward the front. And that's when the racing started to get really good. And then line number 79 for the second plate race in the road, going back to last season. Delonte Ballard fireballs the engine on his Ford, and he was out of the race on line number 79. Then line number 82, Connor Anton jumped in front of Nicholas Shelton. He would get help from him and blow by Bobby Zielinski in turn number 3 to take over the race, leading into turn 3 and 4. And then Zielinski and Sheldon would then come back up on the top side. He would get by Anton to retake the race lead. Pancari then slides down just in front of Anton's nose. As they're coming for turn 3 and 4, Pancari decided to shoot out to the outside line. Anton goes with him, but they were fighting on for the lead. Then 2 laps later, Pancari with help from Anton. As Zielinski loses the help from Nicholas Shelton, Pancari would get by Zielinski and he would take over the race lead. And then late in the go is got by the slower car of Femi Olat. Anton tried to squeeze it 3 wide, but he hunched Zielinski, caused a big wreck with him, Shelton involved, a few others involved. But Bobby Zielinski went for the ride of his life, spinning and spiraling almost like a top. Eventually the race would end under the caution flag, and Brett Boncari in his 90th start in sim racing of 40 would come by and pick up his first career win in the SRA Slick Daddy Gen 6 Series. The final results were Brett Boncari, John Fisher, and Connor Anton would come home third. Eric Sable, Lachlan McMillan, Nicholas Caressel, Jared T. Darling, David Washington, Ariani, and Spencer Owens round out the top 10 after Daytona.